Advances in Physics and the Notion of Creation, an Ongoing Dialogue. The rapid advances in physics over the last century have radically transformed our understanding of the universe, opening doors to an increasingly profound dialogue between science and theology. Far from being irreconcilable domains, as they have often been presented, the Big Bang theory, quantum mechanics, and the exploration of the fundamental constants of the universe offer fertile ground for reflection on the notion of creation, enriching both our cosmological vision and our understanding of the transcendent. The Big Bang theory, which describes the expansion of the universe from an extremely hot and dense state, represents perhaps the most obvious meeting point. Before the 20th century, the prevailing view was that of a static and eternal universe. However, Edwin Hubble's observations of the expansion of the universe and the discovery of cosmic microwave background radiation, among other evidence, led to the scientific consensus that the universe had a definite beginning. This idea of a specific origin in time and space resonates powerfully with the theological conception of creation ex nihilo, that is, out of nothing by a divine being. Science describes the how of this cosmic explosion, the infinitesimal moments that gave rise to matter, energy, and the physical laws that govern the cosmos. But what or who was behind that first mover? What or who blew that initial impulse? These questions transcend the purely scientific realm and enter the territory of metaphysics and theology, inviting reflection on a first cause or transcendent origin that goes beyond the chain of causality observable within the universe. On the other hand, quantum mechanics, which describes the behavior of matter and energy at atomic and subatomic scales, introduces an even greater layer of complexity. Concepts such as superposition, where a particle can exist in multiple states simultaneously until it is observed, or quantum entanglement, where two particles can be intrinsically connected regardless of the distance between them, challenge our classical logic and force us to rethink the nature of reality itself. The quantum universe is inherently probabilistic and uncertain, which has led some to see this fundamental indeterminacy as a space for divine action or a demonstration that reality is not as rigidly deterministic as previously thought. Some theologians and philosophers have explored how the indeterminate nature of reality at the quantum level might reflect the freedom and unpredictability of a creator, or how observation and consciousness, in certain approaches to quantum mechanics, might play a more fundamental role in the constitution of reality than previously imagined. Furthermore, physics has discovered that the fundamental constants of the universe, such as the gravitational constant, the charge of the electron, or the mass of protons, appear to be incredibly finely tuned to allow for the existence of complex life. Small variations in any of these constants would have led to a universe without stable stars, without heavy elements, or without the possibility of forming complex molecules. In short, a universe inhospitable to life. This phenomenon of fine-tuning has been a point of fascination and debate. For many, it suggests intentional design or cosmic providence, a sort of architect of the universe who tuned the fundamental laws so that life could flourish. Others, however, propose the multiverse hypothesis, arguing that if there are an infinite number of universes, each with different physical constants, then it is not surprising that we find ourselves in one of the few that allows life. While the idea of the multiverse is not yet empirically verifiable, it raises an interesting alternative and underscores the depth of the mystery behind this cosmic fine-tuning. Ultimately, advances in physics do not seek to replace theology, nor can they, and vice versa. Science provides us with the tools to understand how the universe works, its laws, its history, and its structure. Theology, on the other hand, deals with why, with meaning, purpose, and the place of human beings in this vast and wonderful cosmos. What discoveries in physics offer us is an increasingly detailed and astonishing canvas on which we can reflect on creation. They show us a universe of unimaginable complexity and beauty, governed by elegant and mysterious laws, which constantly invites us to marvel and delve deeper into the most fundamental questions about existence. This dialogue between physics and theology not only enriches both disciplines, but also challenges us to expand our understanding of the possible and the transcendent, fostering a more comprehensive and holistic view of the universe and our place in it. The fascinating interconnection between advances in physics and questions about creation continues to expand, revealing a universe that, rather than a static object, presents itself as a dynamic narrative in the making. Scientific discoveries not only describe the mechanisms of the cosmos, but also implicitly question its origin, coherence, and purpose, elements central to theological traditions. Don't just watch, be a part of it. Subscribe, like, and tell us what you think in the comments, then share the joy with your friends.